People go about finding love in such a logical, strategic way when love is spiritual. But when you're not allowing your spirit to guide you and you're just going off of a list, you're just going off what looks good on paper, and you're not letting God guide you, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to end up with the person God has for you. Yeah, you might end up with somebody that treats you good and that checks off all your little superficial things on your list. But that's not going to be the one who speaks to your soul. That's not going to be your person. And don't get me wrong, I think you should have a list, but it shouldn't consist of a bunch of superficial stuff that you can live without. It shouldn't be, oh, he has to be 6'4". It could be, I would like for him to be taller. It shouldn't be, oh, he has to make this amount of money and he has to have a bachelor's degree. But it can be, he has to be a provider. But the thing is, you should focus more on the things that you cannot live without. The things that really speak to your spirit. The things that will make you equally yoked with your spouse. For example, I desire for my husband to be health conscious and in good shape and take care of himself, because I do. I desire for my husband to believe in God and believe in Christ, but not be religious and be open-minded and free-spirited, because I am. And I do believe you should be physically attracted to your spouse. I don't like when people make it seem like, well, if they treat you good and if they're good enough, then you should just know. Because guess what? If you're going to be expected to keep up with their sex drive, you have to be physically attracted to them. And here's the thing. You might come across somebody who fits everything on your list, but there is still one very important factor that lets you know whether this person is the person God has for you or not. And that's that spiritual connection. If that spiritual connection is not there, no matter how great that person is, no matter how much they check off things on your list, you are not going to be fulfilled with that person in the long run. You might be content, you might be satisfied, but you're not going to truly be happy. You're not going to feel that fire. When you spend a lot of time with God and you're abstinent, so you don't have sex clouding your judgment, and you're constantly seeking God and allowing God to guide you and order your steps, it becomes so easy for you to pick up on things very quickly. Like, I can have one conversation with a man, one quick little conversation, and that will let me know, Kyla, this is not your husband. It's so easy for me these days because me and God are like this. My discernment is so strong. My intuition is so strong. That's why I'm able to quickly eliminate a man just from a simple conversation that we have. And it's not even to where I'm like demonizing the man. I'm just like, this ain't my husband. We not equally yoked. And how you get to that point is, like I said, seeking God and spending time with God every single day. And I'm not telling you you have to be abstinent, but I'm going to be honest. That does help a lot because it also makes it easy for you to scare the wrong people away. So when I say I don't date, I'm not saying I will never go on a date, but I'm not about to be on no dating apps. And some people have found their spouse on a dating app. Whether that's the person God has for them or not, I don't know. But me personally, I'm not about to be on no dating apps. And I'm not even about to be saying yes to any man that I think is attractive that wants to take me on a date. It takes so much for me to say yes to a date. It takes so much for me to give out my number. And it's not because I'm scared or anything like that. It's because I know my worth now. It's because I know my value. It's because I know how sacred I am. And I know the work I've done on myself. And I know I'm at a point in my life where I can't play about me no more. I pray about everything. And I meditate a lot. Those two things allows me to see through people. And when I see certain things in people, I can't unsee it. And that's not even to demonize the person, but I just know in my spirit, me and this person are not equally yoked. Me and this person are not aligned. And even if we are, if I don't feel at home with you, you're not my husband. You might be a great guy, but you are not my husband. And I think both men and women have to be able to decipher when that's the case, because I think a lot of times people just don't know how to be alone. People just don't know how to wait on God and be patient. So they just try to pick the first best thing that they come across. I am so serious about not settling. I told God, look, if you don't have somebody for me and I'm just crazy and delusional, and there is not a man out there that fits all my heart's desires and that speaks to my soul and my spirit, I am prepared to be alone for the rest of my life. It could just be me and you, God. I'm not afraid of that, because what I'm more afraid of is settling for somebody that I'm not truly happy with, and then I feel alone because I'm married to somebody that I don't even really want to be with. So it's like, for me, being alone is not a punishment, because I actually love myself. Being with somebody that I'm not truly in love with, that's more of a punishment to me. So I told God, look, if I'm just crazy and delusional for believing that this man exists, that's fine. I will just dedicate my life to serving, because I'm still not settling. Doing life with a person, that's serious business. You with somebody 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Can you really see yourself with this person for that long? Truly being happy, truly being fulfilled? If the answer is no, that's not your person. And if you decide to go ahead and go along with it because the person looks good on the paper and, oh, they treat me well and they're good enough, guess what? You might be able to keep it up for 5 years, 10 years, maybe even 15 years. But guess what? At some point, you're going to get tired, and that's when certain things start happening, like cheating. I'm not condoning it, but I'm just being honest. Whatever you do not settle. I truly believe in my spirit and my heart. If you let God guide you, if you tell God what you truly desire in your heart, and you let God guide you, He has somebody that matches you perfectly. But you have to be patient and you have to be obedient. You have to understand how sacred you are, and you have to carry yourself that way. And you shouldn't give everybody access to you. You should be exclusive, and not even in an egotistical way, but soulfully, just knowing who you are in God. I love you guys. I pray this message was helpful. If it was, make sure you like it, make sure you're subscribed. And if you need some spiritual guidance, counseling, advice, check out my website in the description box below. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.